And for the past 13 years, we have taken on the challenge to address marine-related problems. Every year, marine experts outline a new theme for us to solve. The theme is related to the problems that they face in real life or they care the most about. And for last year, the key challenge was, how do we utilize technology to enhance the protection of coral reefs? Do you see this beautiful coral reef? Do you know what happens every day? Don't worry, it's just a model. They get destroyed every day. That is why, for last year, we want to bring to you a new solution called Coral Map, a novel way combining AI and photogrammetry for us to protect and monitor coral reefs.
After we received the challenge last year, we took a deep dive and realized that coral reefs are much more important to our daily lives than we realized. To begin with, coral reefs support biodiversity as they are home to over 25% of marine life. And it also brings us great economic benefits. Every year, coral reefs brings about $375 billion to different industries, which is greater than Hong Kong's GDP. Coral reefs have great medicinal value as they are key ingredients for developing new drugs that has the potential to combat disease like cancer. We want to protect coral reefs because they have the power to reduce the impact of climate change. As you can see from the diagram, when coral reefs form between the open water and the shoreline, it acts as an effective barrier called the reef crest, reducing the wave energy up to 97% and reduce the wave height up to 84%, protecting over 100 million people living in coastal area. We want to protect coral reefs because they can reduce the impact of climate change. However, they're now in a dire situation.
The dire situation that the coral reefs are facing, the first one is the ocean are becoming warmer and they started to bleaching because of the warm ocean. And from the graph here, the third one, we can see that the percentage of hard coral are being decreased since the 2010, and however, there is still hope for us. There's such organizations such as the United Nations and different countries have organized different conferences to save the corals. And here we want to point out a key message that protecting coral, we need global collaborations. And for global collaborations, before that we need to make the scientists to get the accurate data, and for getting the accurate data, they need accurate measurements.
There are many ways in monitoring coral reefs. For example, satellite remote sensing, but satellite is too far away from the Earth, so the accuracy is low. How about sending a diver into underwater to measure coral reef? It's time-consuming. What about new technology like LiDAR or a sonar system? It's too expensive. Most of the individuals and scientists cannot afford it. There is no perfect solution in monitoring coral reefs. Therefore, we are here to introduce our innovative solution, the Coral Map AI. It can analyze coral reefs with just images or video taken just by a camera. Do you remember this coral reef? Actually, we use our AI solution to generate the 3D model of it in here. And one thing more, our AI can actually analyze 3 key indicators, including the overall coral reef extent, which is the live and dead coral reef percentage, and other is the change in coral reef extent. It can compare the coral reef with different years, and even it can estimate the future growth situation. The physical features. It can determine the biomass and also how many fishes is rely on this coral reef.
First, we'll collect images and videos from contributors all around the world. And then we'll pass the images and videos into the photogrammetry tools to generate the orthophotos and the DSM, aka the 3D models. And then the orthophotos will be annotated by the experts to act as a ground truth for our future AI training. After that, we'll perform feature mapping on the orthophotos and the 3D models with designated algorithm. After data preparation, we'll pass the orthophoto and the 3D model into the AI structure as shown here. This AI structure allows us to process the hide information in the 3D model, coral type recognition, discover their health condition, and also visualize them on the 3D model. So according to our research, our AI model can actually outperform other AI solutions in both pixel-wise accuracy and region-wise accuracy. Our AI has 3 major strengths over other AI models. First, we provide fast and cost-effective model generation. Secondly, we integrate color information to provide more informative and useful model generations. And lastly, we provide realistic coral models for the users to get more information out of the coral models.
So despite the use of coral AI, localized efforts are still insufficient in protecting coral reefs. Why is it? Firstly, many coral reefs are located in remote communities, where scientists find it difficult to monitor continuously. Besides, there are limited manpower in coral reef protection. Outsiders, such as divers and students, find it hard to access the data collected, not talking about understanding them. As we previously emphasized on the importance of global collaboration, we would like to take one step forward by introducing to you an addition to our AI model, the Coral Map platform. The Coral Map platform is open access to everyone. Users from all across the globe can access them and upload their own footage to the platform, where the Coral Map AI will process them. The processed data will be analyzed to show comprehensive information of coral reef health. We also include a chatbot session in our platform, powered by generative AI, where users can interact with the chatbot to navigate the data collected. It empowers all users, even without professional knowledge, to be able to use the data for greater impact.
By collaborating with different stakeholders, which we will be happy to elaborate later in the Q&A session, we'll reach 1,500 contributors around the world across 50 countries, as well as 3,000 monitoring sites around the world, where we bring tangible impacts to the people and society with accessible and open for all technology. That monitoring the coral reefs is just the beginning in the whole journey. We need your continued support and your advice for us to continue this project and to bring real impact to not only coral reefs, but also the planet Earth. Thank you very much.
What's your business model? Can you go through how do you plan to go forward with the plan?
You could take a look at the slide. Let me walk you through it. So in terms of the costs, we believe that there are three main types of costs, including marketing and outreach, like making people know about this platform in the first place. Second is the AI model development cost, where we need to develop a robust and reliable model. And third one is in the long term. How do we sustain the platform? How do we acquire the resources required? And in terms of revenue, because the key point here is not to earn profits. We want to sustain a platform in the long term to engage as many people as possible. We'll have two tiers of revenue generation. First one is the free model for everybody to access. However, if we want more advanced data, such as using the API, using advanced analytics, or use it for business purposes, we would charge a small fee for them to use the data. Potential customers include tourism, because many places in especially like Southeast Asian countries, they would need the AI to basically help them protect the coral reefs to use it for coral tourism and such. Commercial fisheries, because coral reefs are abundant homes for fishes, and also say insurance companies as well. Like they want to make sure that like the region they're protecting are actually safe and sound in terms of the ecological situation. So this is like a general overview of the business model.
In collecting the photos, we have a few issues that we need to resolve. One is that how you get the location of the photos being taken. The other thing is that if you are collecting photos, that the photo will come from various dates. Some maybe a few years ago. And how would you keep the data in your platform up to date? Because it's like, even Google Map, they could not keep, a lot of the road or the street view information up to date. Or newest, maybe some of them maybe a few months old. And how are you going to go about it?
We can track it and use it, utilize it on our platform to monitor the growth of the corals and about the growth of it throughout the time. And about not keeping it up to date, actually, we can also use the data from existing platforms such as the Coral Reef Watch, and there are also national agencies that use the data, and we can use it as a base to provide that our data is up to date.
And also regarding on the GPS problem, actually in recent, most of the smartphone has the GPS location and the date on it on a photo.
Yeah, I realize that, but you need to know that if a picture is being taken underwater, you would not have the GPS information.
For example, you could adjust it afterwards, like you took the photo. We're not sure. There are many ways we could mitigate, but that is a very valid question, and we thank you for your advice.
You just need to be aware of that. Thanks.
According to that large data set of images, we can actually identify one or two that is like misplaced videos or photos, and then we bring them out, and then so we can keep the data set. We can make sure that all the images for this place is the correct ones.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
HKUST.